This is Ugandan flag. It is so beautiful. And I am asking Ugandans, we don't have to ban our country. When you look at this flag, the black represents the black people of Uganda. It symbolizes African identity, unity, and strength. A statement that the people are the nation. So you people of Uganda, you are the nation of Uganda. You cannot ban your nation. Okay? Let's have unity. For those who supported Boby Wine, and for those who supported Museveni, and for those who supported others, let's have unity. Okay? Let's have unity and strength to come back again and again. And we have yellow here. Yellow represents African sunshine. It symbolizes hope. It symbolizes warmth and optimum. This yellow shows that Uganda lies in the heart of a bright, life-giving continent. So let's not dim our sunshine of Uganda. Let's not dim our sunshine of Uganda. Yes, we may go to the protest, but let's do it peacefully. We have red, and red represents brotherhood and shared blood. We share our blood. Don't shed the blood of others. I'm asking this even to the police of Uganda, to the military of Uganda. Do not shed the blood of your brother. We have the same blood. If you shed the blood of your brother, of a Ugandan, you are shedding your own blood. This red, or it symbolizes the blood that unites all Africans. Also, it reflects struggle, sacrifice, and resilience. And these red stripes reminds Ugandans that African blood connects people across borders. And that's why I'm from Kenya, I'm talking about Uganda, because the blood connects us both. And we have this crested crane here is Ugandan's national bird, and it represents peaceful nature of Ugandans. This, look your flag here. This crystal crane represent peace, or crested crane. Peaceful Uganda. Gentleness without weakness. Progress and forward movement. You see? So, I'm hoping that we will be safe here and we will protect our blood, we'll protect our people, we'll protect our sunshine of Uganda. Something is happening in Uganda. Something is happening in Uganda.
We want our win. We can protest the vote. Police is protecting the criminals. They are taking me. Put him. ICC should arrest Museveni without any remorse, without fear or favor.
Africa needs to wake up. If you're African, you need to wake up. You telling me we have the power to put a man in position, but we don't have the power to bring a man out of position? That is nonsense. We have the power. It takes a heart. What's going on in Uganda? Boby Wine won the election. But this man sent his military, his army, to come and arrest the man that won the election. The people voted, and the people voted for Boby Wine. But this rigged man does not want to let go of that position. Ugandans, we need to wake up. We need to fight for what belongs to us. You guys need to fight. It's going to be by force for you guys to take this position out of this man's hand and out of that stupid government.
What we are witnessing today in the streets of Kampala and other cities is not just random anger or foreign instigated chaos and not youthful recklessness. Okay? It is the collusion of decades of suppressed frustration with a new generation that refuse to inherit silence. Now, to understand this protest in Uganda, we must first stop reducing them to post-election violence and instead confront the deeper realities. Okay? Ugandans are protesting because the social contrast between the state and the people has collapsed. Okay? Now, at the center of the current unrest is the presidential election that returned Yoweri Museveni to power yet again. Official results, Museveni at 73%, Boby Wine at 23%. On paper, that looks good, okay? But on the ground, millions of Ugandans reject the credibility of the process. And the reason is, there was heavy military presence during voting. There was unrest. There was arrest of opposition organizers. The internet was shut down. The social media was restricted. The ballot access issues in opposition stronghold. Okay? We have a long history of disputed election. And for many Ugandans, the election felt pre-decided. Just even if it's you are doing something, you are being restricted. The ground is not fair. It's just like starting a game when already one is 3-0. Okay? It's like starting a game where you have corrupted the goals and everything. And that's why they are saying the election was not free and fair. When people believe their votes no longer matters, then that's why they are going to the street. And the Ugandans, millions of them, the youths, they think their votes were manipulated. That's why they are on the street. Okay? Over 75% of Ugandan population is under 30. So if the youths were supporting Yoweri Museveni, then I think 75% of the youths, maybe Bobi Wine could get at least even 40%, something like that. But this, it wasn't as landslide. It wasn't just a tough election. It was a landslide. It was a sure win for Museveni with a lot of votes. Now, this is not small detail, having 75% of youths. What is happening here is that Ugandans youth, they face massive unemployment. They face rising cost of living. They face no political succession plan. They face leaders older than their grandparents. You know, a future that feels permanently postponed. And many young Ugandans were not alive when Museveni took power. To them, his rule does not represent stability. It represents stagnation. And these generations of Uganda, or the generation that's just the Gen Zs, okay? The Gen Zs is connected globally. When you see African peers demanding accountability, it's happening everywhere. The youths are tired of being told to wait, okay? And that's why protests are being met with such force. This is not just a political challenge, but it is an existential threat to the aging power. The aging power that do not want to leave the stage. You know, a good dancer knows how to leave the stage. A good dancer knows when to leave the stage. And the state's response has been predictable. Museveni is still dancing. And that's why he's handling the protests in a way he wants, with tear gas, arrests, and everything. But the problem is that you cannot baton away despair. You cannot arrest a demographic reality. Each violent crackdown does these three things, dangerous things. It confirms protesters' belief that the state does not listen. It radicalizes previously moderate citizens. It pushes decent underground where it become more explosive. And history is very clear. Force may silence crowds temporarily, but it depends on rebellion permanently. Or it deepens the rebellion permanently. Ugandan's crisis is not simple about Museveni versus Bobi Wine. It's about centralized power, weak institutions, militarized governance, lack of leadership renewal, and fear of accountability. When leaders stay too long to power, the system begins to serve survival and not service. And what's happening in Uganda right now, it is the will of the youth. But I will urge to have this peaceful protest. But I don't know how the government will retaliate to peaceful protest, because I don't see government retaliate well to peaceful protest. Okay. It was obvious that the Ugandans will go to the streets, and Bobi Wine urged the Ugandans to have this what's called protest vote. Go to the street if you feel your vote is it's not okay. So on other point, I will say Bobi Wine has rejected these results, and that's why we are seeing some Ugandans on the streets trying to, to voice their voice. Tell me on the comment section. I don't if we have we have elections, have mass these protests have mass shooting, arrest and everything. If you are from Uganda, just record anything that you see and let the world know what's happening in Uganda. Okay, until next episode, peace out.